Dan Perry here with another Dan on Tech Python video. In a lot of the examples of if statements that we've used, just to keep it simple, we've had a single statement after the true and a single statement after the if. I've got an example of that on the screen right now where we're saying if x greater than y, print x equal, else print y equal. And that gives us a very simple, short if statement that's great for examples. There are a number of real-world conditions where with an if statement you only need to do one line of code if it's true, one line if it's false. Sometimes that's a print. It may be executing a function, which we will get to later. A lot of languages have a facility to do something like that in a single line. What a lot of them do is they'll have some sort of condition. If it's true, they'll do something, and if it's false, they'll do something else. That was not very clear in a lot of languages. Programmers got used to it. C would use a condition, question mark, then the true and false. In order to make something Pythonic, they wanted an easier way of doing it. Python has a one-line if statement. We're going to talk about something called comprehensions later, and those are one-line statements. This is not truly a comprehension as far as being called that, but because it is a one-line statement, it probably should be considered a comprehension in Python. It goes something like this. We tell it what we want to do if the condition is true. So I'll say print x equal, and then x, if x greater than y, else, and what I want to do in the false condition. So here is my one-line if. It says print x equal x if x is greater than y, else or otherwise print y equals y. So let's run this one and see what happens. I see as my output x equal 4 two times. The first x equal 4, well, x is greater than y, is from this print in the one-line if. The second one is from this print in the four-line if, the more traditional if. So you can see they're giving us the same value. If I change y to 5, now the if statement won't be true, and I run it, and it's printing y equal 5 in both cases. Comes down here, the if is false, so it does the else. In both cases, the if is false, it does the else. This gives us a short one-line way of doing the if, and that is very Pythonic. It is simple. It's easier to read than the C version, the PHP version, and most other languages, because you're saying, hey, print x if x is greater than y, otherwise print y. The versions I showed you where you have the condition, then the true, then the false, just don't read quite as well. And that's one of the things in Python is they want things to be very readable in the code, very sensible, very easy. And that's why the more and more I work with Python, the more I'm coming to like it. I've always been a real fan of C and thought C was probably the best language around, but I'm coming around to the philosophy that a lot of people have, that Python is a really great language. Thank you for watching this Dan on Tech video. Please subscribe to this playlist so you don't miss future videos. Please check out and subscribe to our other Dan on Tech channel playlists.